Alright guys, I hope all of you are doing well. Today we'll break down the position on euro dollar, the short OTE that happened during the London kill zone earlier this week on Tuesday. So as you guys remember, we were expecting a pullback to happen if we quickly focus on the daily chart right here. So whenever we run some liquidity pools into opposing PD arrays, that's where we can have a feeling that, for example, a sell side of the curve is about to take place here on the 1 hour time frame. And that's where we look for those tiny details to add up from daily down to the 1 hour and 15 minute. So here you can see that price ran the buy side liquidity right here. And if we look left, we have this fair value gap right here, this old fair value gap that was acting as a sensitive area as we already had two rejections. So it doesn't have to be something groundbreaking. It doesn't have to be an insanely well respected level or something like that. Sometimes it's just a simple fair value gap that was already retested, and that was enough. Price ran the buy side liquidity right here, right into the opposing PDA right here. From that point, our eyes immediately go to opposing PD arrays. So in this case, as we are in a bullish order flow, our eyes go to bullish PD arrays. So in that case, what we focus on right here is, of course, the equilibrium of this dealing range right here that I have marked, and the order block right here. On the 60-minute, if we quickly zoom in, I think you guys remember what I was drawing for us. I was looking for this to be a potential original consolidation of a buy model on the 60-minute. Our drawing looked like that, something like this. I will attach a screenshot of those analyses right here for you guys to take a look. So we were looking for this fair value gap to get hit. We were looking for the equilibrium of the 1 hour dealing range to get hit. And of course, the last part, we were looking at the 60-minute bullish order block that was also lining up with the daily order block, as written right here. And as you can see, it touched it perfectly. So the hourly time frame wasn't against the move. It wasn't really supporting the move either, because we didn't have any rejections, for example, of fair value gap before the entry happened or stuff like that. We were simply pushing towards our hourly targets with the daily time frame stage that was bearish reaction, as mentioned before. That's what comes to the hourly time frame. Now, this is what we had here on the 15-minute time frame. So now, as always, you guys know that we pay a lot of attention to the London kill zone and New York kill zone RT windows. It's the reversal time. I will remind you that we are operating based on New York time, or at least those strong structures to form where we will look to trade away from them. So in this case, as you guys can see, we were pulling back right into the bearish fair value gap right here on the 15-minute time frame. If we look lower, right here we had very clean equal lows, so that's a nice liquidity pool for us to look to aim. So from the 15-minute time frame, you can see that we have even more confluence factors lining up for our trade right here. Sell side of the core of potential 60-minute buy model to happen. So we have a clear direction here from the daily time frame to the lower time frames. And here on the 15-minute, during our London kill zone and the early time, we had this rejection right here, a strong high. That's the annotation I highlighted during our London kill zone update, our London kill zone analysis. And in a way, we had a very similar development right here. A liquidity sweep right here into opposing PD array and another pullback right here. So in situations like that, what that means, and when we look for those continuations usually to happen, is in a way a liquidity shakeout. And this is what we had here. If we look at this low and this high right here, we had sell side taken, then we had a rally higher into the bearish 15-minute fair value gap and taking out this liquidity right here, then followed by a breakdown and a simple pullback to the OTE fib level. You can see that price after forming the high at 3:52 a.m. during the London kill zone RT window, price took out this low by literally 1 pip right here. and then pulled back. So when it was pulling back, as always, my eyes go to the area where we have a few overlapping levels. And in this case, we had OT fib level right here overlapping the BPR right here. A balanced price range, which as you can see was just perfectly lining up with our OT zone right here. Really not something complex right here. We were looking for London kill zone RT window to give us some strong structures, and we had this fair value gap on the 15-minute, and then price continues moving into the initial direction towards our targets. So that's that regarding this trade. I hope it was insightful and you guys learned a thing or two, and I will see you in the next one.